Hi guys, welcome back. Welcome. It seems like we were just here, and we kind of were. I thought I would record this video sitting on my comfy, big furry chair that I don't really ever get to sit on because it's just for like if somebody's sitting in my beauty room with me, you know, watching me do my makeup or just whatever, talking. But it's super soft and furry and comfy, and then I got my furry pillow. Yeah, so I thought I would just get a little bit more chill, a little up close and personal. I haven't done a pillow talk video in a while, and I guess this is just going to be in place of my pillow talk video. It's not pillow talk sexy, it's just comfy, you know, got your pajamas on. Let's just, you know, get up close and personal type of talk, and a little bit more on the sensitive emotional subject, and not so much makeup and all that, skincare. This is just really like real life stuff, and not that I don't talk about that stuff, you know, in my videos, because I do. As whatever I'm doing makeup or whatever, I especially talk about stuff during that. And I also do my, you know, periodically I do my mental health check-in videos, and if obviously I talk about, you know, stuff there. But I wanted to touch base a little bit more on along the lines of living with chronic illness or chronic pain in general, just all around, any type of illness that you're dealing with that has you either confined to home or not so much homebound forever, but to where it affects your life, or it affects your lives if you have to go to work and you're working with a chronic illness or chronic pain or mental illness. Like, that is probably worse than dealing with it. Obviously it is worse because I did it for many years, working with you know, emotional trauma and stuff, and trying to focus at work and trying to do a good job, and you know, just really put in, you know, my best. And it was really hard at times to do that, because if you struggle with mental illness or any type of you know, anxiety, depression, mood disorders, whatever it is, you could just have seasonal depression. I mean, it doesn't have to be something that's long term. It could just be short term. It could be, you know, financial stuff that's causing you depression, or you know, family, maybe that got sick, maybe you lost family. Like, a lot of things have happened in 2020. Like, you know, you have to really think, like, we always want the best. I mean, we always want the best. We hope for the best and expect the worst. And, you know, I don't think anybody could have predicted a 2020 like we've had so far. And I mean, initially, I think in January, it wasn't really all that bad. And then I think February is when things started to shift and take a turn for the worst. And it's just been like snowballing. And then it's kind of opening up, you know, wounds and stuff, and more issues, and financial problems, and family problems, and health risks, and health problems. And it just really has been a shitty 2020 so far. I mean, I'm grateful and blessed and thankful for many things, you know, and I'm sure everybody else is as well. But dealing with sicknesses, and, you know, a lot of people, you know, took time off of work because they were able to, and maybe some had pay and some didn't. I know a lot of people took FMLA because they had to stay home with their kids, or a loved one was sick, or they themselves were sick. There's so many different scenarios and different situations and circumstances that across the board, I mean, it really generalizes to you know, it's shitty, it sucks, and it's not fun for anybody. And I don't care what your circumstances are, what you're, you know, struggling with or going through. Like, it's not fun. Like, not one is worse than the other, because everybody's horrible worst time is not the same for somebody else's. But on the level that I feel it, on the level that you feel it, she feels it, he feels it, we're all feeling it the same. Like, it's the worst. So, you know, it's really important to not minimize something that somebody's going through and be, you know, like, oh God, like, I'm dealing with so much more. Like, you should be lucky that you're only dealing with that. Or, you know, why are you complaining when you have this X, Y, and Z and they don't? Or I have this going on, that going on. You know, I mean, I could list a whole laundry list of things that I have going on that I deal with on a daily basis. Maybe somebody else that's struggling doesn't have. And we can always see what the other person should be grateful and thankful for. You know, we see it in ourselves, but sometimes it takes us, you know, a little knock on the head to see and to take a step back and say, wait a minute, like, I am definitely blessed. I'm definitely grateful. Even through my pain, even through my sickness, even through the fact that I can't work anymore, even through the fact that I'll never have babies anymore. I mean, obviously I'm, you know, at an age where I don't ever plan on having any more kids. Would I love to be able to get pregnant? I know this sounds crazy. Would I love to be able to get pregnant and actually have a baby? Yes, I would love that right now. Because I have baby fever, and I've been telling people this, and people are like, why? First of all, like, why would you possibly even think of that you would even want a baby? It's just like, you know, like, I don't know what it is. And maybe, yeah, I probably couldn't handle it. Maybe I couldn't do the nights getting up, and I don't know. We don't think we can handle a lot of things. And honestly, if somebody handed me a baby right now, I would make it work. I would definitely make it work. And it probably wouldn't be fair to the baby because I'm older, you know, and, you know, I would be like the grandma, of course, all the, you know, stuff I'm going to have done, all the enhancements. You know, nobody's really going to be 70 and people are going to think I'm like 40. So, you know, but realistically, you know, I'm going to be my age. So I've got baby fever right now. I'm buying baby stuff so that my youngest daughter and her husband will get the ball rolling and consider, you know, I'm not saying they're not working on it or trying. They might be, you know. She doesn't tell me everything and she doesn't have to, but I've been buying baby clothes just to try to get that vibe out there so that, you know, they'll kind of get the ball rolling. Try to give them a little bit of a push. Now, this is my second video for today, and the train went by today, and I mean, it was honking like crazy. Now it's out there again. It's honked a couple times, as you could hear. Now, usually as I start talking more, it will like really lay on the horn. And I thought, is somebody standing on the track today? Because they were really honking today. So I can hear it going by, like I can hear the engine. You probably can't hear it, but let's just see if it honks again. So yeah, I'm sending that baby vibe out there because, you know, I want, you know, my health is always questionable for me. And, you know I'm not saying that people don't take my health serious. You know, I take my health serious, and I know people love me and genuinely want the best for me. You know, at the end of the day, a lot of times when you're struggling or living with chronic illness or mental illness or chronic pain, which is pretty much chronic illness, you know, I mean, people have their own stuff, and I think people get a little, you know, I mean, just us as humans, when you hear somebody saying, oh, like this hurts, or oh, that hurts, I mean, you do get kind of used to somebody saying something, and you're, you know, it's just like, that sucks, you know, gosh, like, you know, hope your day gets better. I hope you feel better. You know, that's really all that you can tell somebody is, you know, I hope things get better, because you want them to get better for that person. You know, and I understand, like, hearing something over and over, you know, it gets kind of old, and it's not that people don't care, it's just that they're so used to you saying stuff. So I have been trying really hard to stay not so much to myself, but not so much vocalize how I'm feeling, and really just, you know, I'm just like, you know, biting my lip and just kind of sitting back. And when I get the urge to say something, you know, I'm catching myself, and I stop, because I know everybody's struggling with something right now. Like, and you know, their struggle and their trauma is their trauma, and it's traumatic to them. And my stuff is traumatic to me, you know, and his stuff is traumatic to him, and you know, it just goes on and on and on. Like, what we're dealing with, like I said before, is bad to us, and it may not seem bad to another person who, you know, has a little bit more going on. Bad is bad. And I mean, realistically, if your life is at risk, obviously that's going to be the worst case out of everybody's. Like, you know, you have to be realistic. Like, let's be real. Like, yeah, we're all dealing with something, but if somebody's illness was life threatening, then yeah, that's going to kind of, you know, trump the others, because not Donald Trump, you know, it's going to take precedent over other minor things that, I'm not saying they're minor, but smaller than a life threatening illness or something. Now, I just want to say, for me, it's been kind of hard. I talked about this a little bit in my makeup video, about how, you know, it's been a little rough for me this past few months, as it has for other people. But for me, it's especially me in my situation, because my depression's been a little bit worse. It's actually been a little bit worse this past month, more than this entire few months. And, you know, one of the main things is because my health. And, you know, every day is unpredictable. And every day, you know, I don't know if I'm going to sleep during the night. So nighttime comes and I get anxious, because, you know, I don't know if I'm going to have, first of all, I don't know if I'm going to fall asleep, you know, like I would like to, and not lay there and toss and turn for hours. Second of all, when I do sleep, I have really bad dreams, and I don't know any other, I don't know what to do about them. My psychiatrist said that, you know, I need to reschedule with a therapist and try to get me back into, you know, a little bit more extensive, deeper therapy. And I'm going to do that, and I've talked about that. But again, you know, I don't want to open up any new or any old wounds, and I don't want to become aware of something that I may have never remembered, and then all of a sudden I remember it through therapy, and I'm not like prepared for it. Like, the memories that I have are enough that I don't want to know that if anything worse happened. Like, I don't want to know. Like, I'm sure I could handle it if I did find out, because, you know, I come up against so many different walls and curveballs that are thrown at me, that I just kind of have to like bob and weave, and just, you know, catch this one, catch that one, and deal with this, and deal with this. You know, I do my best to, you know, to handle whatever comes my way. But you know, it's just been a little bit harder for me, and it's a little bit frustrating, because if I do sleep, actually last night, I have to tell you, other than coughing most of the night, I took a little while to fall asleep, so I was already nervous. I pray every night. I pray constantly, but I pray every night before I go to bed, especially, you know, that I wake up in the morning. But I just ask God to, you know, I pray over my dreams, and I pray that, you know, God just touches me and my spirit, and, you know, my brain and my mind when I'm asleep, because when we're asleep, we have no control. Like, our mind goes to different places, you know, our brain triggers off different things. And, you know, there's a lot of people that dream, but I dream, I mean, I can tell you details of states I've been in, cities, buildings, the people who were in them. I can tell you, describe waiting rooms. I can describe what the building looked like. I can describe people. I can describe items. I can describe feelings. And I mean, I had a dream the other night, and I'm really good about remembering things, but every now and then one or two of the parts of the dream will kind of just like fade after about 10 minutes of being awake. So what I did was I wrote it down really quick, like everything. And just to make sure, like, because this was a dream that was like really crazy. Like, this was just a really crazy, crazy dream. And so I'm afraid to go to bed at night. I'm afraid. So I pray over my dreams. And last night's dreams was, I had quite a few of them. They weren't traumatizing, but they were crazy. Like, the people in them, the things I'm doing, the places I'm going, and it's like, why and who are these people? And, you know, when you have post-traumatic stress disorder, if you look it up, you can Google stuff. And I just tell people who are like tired of hearing me, you know, like, do your own research. Like, you know, you don't have to take my word for it. Like, you don't have to, like, say, oh, you know, she's saying that she's having this because of this, this, and this, and, you know, this is a side effect, and this is a symptom or a sign of post-traumatic stress disorder or bipolar disorder. Like, you know, do your own research. You know, you're free to do your own research. Google, everybody has Google, and just Google stuff, you know, and that way you can see for yourself, like, oh wow, like, she's not being dramatic. Like, this is a real thing. And I think everybody knows, like, probably a lot of what I deal with personally. I think a lot of people know that it's warranted, and it's because of the trauma that I went through in my past, you know, and not only my childhood, but like my adult life, in, you know, bad relationships, toxic relationships, abusive relationships, you know, my health, my post-traumatic stress, my depression, my, you know, bipolar diagnosis. And I always say bipolar diagnosis is because, you know, when they diagnosed me, they said, sounds like, could be, and then they definitely said I had complex post-traumatic stress. Definitely was depressed. And I had mood swings, and at one moment I'm up here and the next moment I'm down here. And I mean, up here, great, everything's great in my life, you know, nothing's wrong, to, oh my God, I can't even take another breath, and I just can't see myself going another day. And so, granted, mental illness runs in my family, so I mean, we don't have to just take on the, oh well, mental illness runs in my family, so yeah, I have this and I have that. You know, not every mental illness is hereditary. I mean, it can skip a generation the same way cancer can skip a generation. So I mean, some things are genetic, and some things that should be genetic aren't for everybody. So, you know, it's not a one size fits all. Like, I might get it, and then my brother, it skips my brother. So, you know, that's how that goes. But, so I just, yeah, I just been kind of like feeling like I need to just like handle my stuff, and I'm doing my self-work, and I'm talking to my psychiatrist and having those appointments. I have another appointment on, is tomorrow Thursday? I think it's Thursday, and I'm going to double check before I go to bed, but I think it's Thursday that I have an appointment. It would be at 9 in the morning, so I better make sure, with him, just to double check on the increase of my meds, and you know. So I think it was pretty accurate with the diagnosis. I mean, I definitely know that it was probably bipolar. They said it's bipolar 2, so you could look that up. Because there's like different bipolar levels. There's 1, 2, 3, and then there's like a couple others. So definitely like look it up if you're curious. But you know, the multiple traumas, you know, was the, you know, PTSD was brought on by the multiple traumas. The complex post-traumatic stress is brought on by multiple traumas. Post-traumatic stress generally is like, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not claiming to be a doctor, but PTSD is basically like a trauma that traumatized you. Now, complex is where it's complex and there's multiple traumas. So, you know, it kicks it up about 10 notches. So let me just tell you. Yeah, so, you know, just trying to, you know, be okay with, you know, just, you know, comforting myself and being my own best friend and not being afraid to be alone. It is so important. And I'm just finding this out, how these are all things that I've been thinking about. But after talking with my life coach a little bit, you know, he was telling me like to do the work, to really do the work, like to get down and dirty and get in touch with your emotions and go inside, you know, and do the work on the inside. And to look within is really scary. It's a terrifying thing to do, because, and I spend a lot of time alone anyway, and so I'm kind of forced to be alone with myself and with my thoughts. And I used to say, you know, I spend too much time alone, and you know, I just get inside my head because I just overthink. I'm an overthinker. So it's not always a bad thing. Listen, anything that you are, whether you know, have struggle with depression, you know, bipolar, PTSD, anxiety, you're an overthinker, you're an overeater, whatever it is, you know, you're not a bad person. And that doesn't make you less of a person, and it doesn't make you a flawed person. And, you know, instead of, you know, saying like, God, like, I hate that I have this mood disorder, you know, I hate that I can get angry in, you know, 2 seconds, and I hate that I can go from laughing to crying, but it's who I am. And, you know, I'm not going to apologize for that, and I'm not going to feel bad for that. And neither should anybody. Like, neither should anybody else feel bad or apologize for how they feel. We are made the way we're made because that's who we're supposed to be. I was supposed to get cancer in 2012. That was already preordained, and it was just part of my story, you know, another chapter in my life. And living with this chronic illness, I had chronic fatigue and chronic pain before the cancer. So I already had that, and I already had some digestive issues before I was diagnosed with the cancer. And then after I had the cancer and the surgeries and what they took out of me, and the extra lymph nodes and all that stuff that they took out of me, and then the extensive amount of chemotherapy and radiation that I had, that in itself did some, you know, some more damage. So that's what I'm living with today, is my pre-existing conditions before the cancer, and they were, it was enough, let me just say. So to add that to the side effects of the chemotherapy and the side effects that the radiation did. Now, some people, it just lasts a few months, a year to 2 years after, and some people it lasts several years, and some people it goes on for the rest of their life. And you know, I'm always that one person that gets that weird illness that 1 in a million people get. That's me. That's always been me. When I was 16, we were going, me and my mom and my sister-in-law at the time, we're going to California on a train. Okay, a train to California is a 3-day ride. Now, I was 16. Now I would love it. Now I would just appreciate, you know, the view and just sitting back, looking out the window and enjoying the ride. Well, when I was 16, it was just like, what the hell? And on top of that, the day that we left, I think the day before, I was diagnosed with, so I was super dizzy, how kind of like vertigo. And anytime I would move my eyes, like to the left or to the right or whatever, just moving them in general, like I had to like move my whole body, because it was like, I was literally like motion sickness. That's what it felt like, and I felt like I was spinning. Okay, well, I went to the doctor, and this was a witch doctor. Let me just tell you, I don't even know who or where or why we even went to this doctor. For some reason, I don't know if it was my mom's insurance or what it was. Whatever the reason, we went to this doctor, and this was the nurse. I don't even remember the doctor. All I remember is the nurse, and all I remember was she had long black hair. She looked really old. Have you seen the nurse on, okay, I don't know if any of you have seen this movie. I know this is kind of like completely left field, but have you seen the movie Shallow Hal? Shallow Hal with, oh great, now his name slipped my mind, but it's a hilarious freaking movie, by the way. It's one of my favorite movies, and I've seen it about 150 times. So, side note. Do you remember the nurse, the ratchety nurse, the real like skinny, God forgive me, but she was skinny, like she was skinny in the movie. So I mean, I'm not saying anything that wasn't true, but she was like skinny, and then they had her like she had like black hair. Anyway, that's what this nurse looked like, and I can remember her to this day. And I think she was a witch, you guys. I swear, I always pray and sage over any past curses that were put on you, any ill words that were spoken over me, anything that somebody brought into my home on their shoes, any spirits that attached themselves to me when I went to Walmart, or when this person came in, when that person came in, when I walked into this person's house, when I went into that store. I pray and cleanse everything. So this lady, I don't know, she was a nurse, and long story short, they diagnosed me with iritis. What is iritis, you ask? Iritis is arthritis of your eye lining. So like the lining of your eyes. So if you were to look up in, like, you know, that pink area right there, well, there was like, I don't know, it was swollen, it was really red, it was like enlarged or something, I don't know. But the doctor said I had arthritis in my eyes. I don't remember. I think they gave me an antibiotic or some drops. I don't remember. I know I was sicker than a dog going on the stupid train, and I couldn't move. So it's like motion sickness. You're on a train. You're traveling. Like, one of the worst things. I don't know how long it lasted, to be honest with you. I think I got over it, because I think I did have a good time after a few days. But anyway, yeah, I'm that person that gets those weird things. And for me, my side effects came on after, well, all during my treatment, but they never stopped. And they continued on. And I mean, my doctors are fully aware of it. And my feet every now and then will bother me, because I have a little bit of neuropathy in my feet. So in the mornings, at night, or if I've been sitting for a little while and I get up, like they hurt. I mean, they kind of are a little sore all day long, but more so in the mornings and at night. They kind of hurt a little bit, and that's just nerve damage. So yeah, it's just, you know, it can just really be depressing. My sleep pattern is completely different than everybody else's, and you know, when people are at work, I'm at home, I'm up late, I get up late in the morning, you know, while everybody's at work. So, you know, it's just trying to find balance and trying to find purpose and trying to find direction is so important. And for me, especially with my mood disorder, routine is really important. I don't have the same routine every day. I mean, it's basically it's generally I'm dealing with the same stuff, but time frames and stuff are always a little bit different. So I don't know what I'm going to wake up to. I don't know if I'm going to get a full night's sleep. If I have an appointment tomorrow, or I have, you know, committed to something and I don't sleep all night, either I have to cancel or I just stick it out and do my best to get through it and, you know, suffer. But that's what really sucks. And I was supposed to go pick up some meds today, and one of them wasn't ready, and they were supposed to be, and I emailed my doctor. She never emailed me back. Yeah, I was a little irritated because I needed these meds yesterday, and so I'm praying through this next 24 hours. Yeah, so I took a little bit of CBD, little extra CBD, just to kind of take the edge off, you know, the pain and discomfort. So this is the thing, you guys, like if I get it, I slept last night, I dreamt all night long, but I got sleep. And you know, me saying I get sleep means I got like 4 hours of sleep. Okay, so that's a good night. And you know, I had a pretty decent morning. Waking up the first hour is like, oh my God. It's like waking up with a hangover and like you hadn't slept. Like you got in a fight during the night, and that's how my first hour is every day. Every single day. It's no joke. Like it's and I'm not exaggerating. It's literally the hardest thing. And as soon as I open my eyes and finally get up for the millionth time that I've been up off and on all night, and I finally say, you know what, I need to get out of bed because I can't, you know, I doze off and then I have pain, and then I doze off and then I have pain. It's just like a vicious thing. So I'm like, just get up. So every day is different. I have good days, and when I have good days, I try to do as much as I can when I have good days. And so okay, I slept pretty decent last night, other than the coughing and the dreams. And I woke up, unraveled myself, brushed my teeth, washed my face, started to wake up a little bit more, make my coffee, start drinking my coffee. And I'm telling you, every muscle hurt today. Every joint hurt, every nerve hurt, and then not having my medicine. Yeah, so that's why I had to take the CBD, and I'm doing just extra, you know, meditation and prayer. Say a prayer for me. And so it was just frustrating because when I do get up, get ready, get through my day, and I'm ready to tackle something, something like this comes up. And so I pray to God that tonight I get a good night's sleep and that I could wake up feeling decent tomorrow. I mean, obviously I don't have to get up. I mean, ideally, like I can just get up and, you know, brush my teeth and wash my face and throw a cap on, and of course put eyebrows on and a little bit of CC cream and a pair of lashes, and some lip gloss. But I could do that and just go to the pharmacy. So it's not like I have to get up at 5, you know, get in the shower, get ready for work, do my makeup on no sleep. And I can't tell you how many nights I went to work and worked 10 hours with an hour's worth of sleep. Like I did it for years, and it was exhausting. And I did it it was like that after I had the cancer, and when I finally did go back to work, before they medically retired me, and I went on disability, I worked without eating 10-hour days, every day for, I want to say, let me see, 15, 14, every day for a little over a year. So every day for a little over a year, I went to work whether I slept or I didn't sleep, stomach pain. I mean, I was like, it was a nightmare. It was a shit show, literally. And I don't know how I did it. I mean, honestly, I know it was the grace of God, and God gave me the strength to do it. That's how I did it. But I did what I had to do because I had to do it, because I had to keep my insurance, so I had to do it, and I didn't have a choice. And praise God that they medically retired me. Praise God that I qualified for disability after waiting 2.5 years, mind you, with no income. So disability takes a really long time, and anybody who is on disability knows what I'm talking about, how many times they deny you before they finally approve you. But that's another story for another day. So it's frustrating because I was ready to go today, and I pray and hope that I can get up tomorrow and get ready and just go to the pharmacy. I mean, I know I don't have big things to do, and I don't want to sound like, oh gosh, you guys have to work tomorrow and I'm up till midnight and I just have to go to the pharmacy tomorrow and I'm just hoping and praying that I get some sleep. Yeah, I do. Because I'm going on 5 years of minimal sleep every single night. I'm going on 5 years of not being able to eat like everybody else. I'm going on 5 years of when I do eat something, it makes me sick. I'm going on 5 years of losing weight and hair and it coming back and then again, and then I'm anemic, and then I'm gaining weight, and then I'm again not sleeping, I'm having nightmares, I'm having family problems, I'm having emotional stuff, and everything just magnifies and piles up and piles up and piles up. And I feel like I'm this is what I feel like. I feel like I'm a giant rubber ball band. You've seen those rubber balls, or those balls of rubber bands, and they're just like all twisted in different types of ways. Like, that's what I feel like I am. And you know, yeah, I bounce back fast, no pun intended, because it is a rubber ball. And I deal with it because I'm used to it, you know? It's like if it was, God forbid, in Mexico, if I were in Mexico and, like I said, I bounced back and I was just making a joke out of it. But in Mexico, I seen this happen with my own eyes. Like Mexico. This was, what part of Mexico was this? Colima, Mexico. A guy got hit by a car. Okay, they have these little taxis that are just like little cars, like little taxis, a bunch of them just zipping around. They don't have no lines, they don't have no stoplights. It's just like go at your own risk. Like, okay, you know, kind of like those stupid roundabouts that are like a death trap. Well, it's like that. And people get hit by get hit by a car and they just jump back up and then just like dust themselves off and keep going. It's like, what the hell? Like, that's me. And that's, you know, it's a sad way to have to be. But I mean, I am a pro at it, you know. I've been at this, working at this since I was a little girl, mind you. I've been in survival mode since I was a little girl, age 4 or 5. So I have a lot of experience in this. And this is not something that you want to have experience in. I mean, at all. You don't, I'm not, I mean, I'm proud to say that I've survived a lot. I'm proud to say that, you know, after many breakdowns and tantrums and pity parties and hospitalizations and, you know, the worst case scenarios, I've survived, and I'm a survivor. And even though I may not have it all together, I'm still a survivor because I'm still getting up every day and I'm giving it my best and I'm giving my all and I'm doing, you know, the best that I can do to the best of my ability. And I'm trying to be a good person and trying to still be there for people who, you know, need me, or who are going through stuff. You know, I'm still a phone call away. I'm still always answering my phone or my texts and or my door, whatever. But anyway, that's about enough of that. I just wanted to touch base with you guys, and just, I know it's hard dealing with chronic illness, and how sometimes you just feel so alone, and it's so isolating. And again, okay, so it's nighttime now, right? And I told you guys I coughed all night. I just keep having these little cough attacks. Oh my God. So what I'm gonna do, I didn't go outside today like I said I was going to. And I thought, okay, from now on, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, if I'm outside for any period of time, there's a lot of pollen out in the air. I'm gonna rinse off really good my whole entire body before I go to bed, and to get all that stuff off, so that I'm not like breathing in extra dust and pollen. I didn't go out today, but that's what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna keep a little candy dish next to my bed of cough drops. And it's really sad that as you're getting older, as I'm getting older, I don't know, I guess it's not an old thing, because any young person can have bad allergies and have to put cough drops on the side of their bed. But if you think about it, it's kind of funny, like you go from a candy dish, to cough drops and Rolaids, you know, because you have heartburn when you lay down at night. But yeah, so anyway, I was kind of coughing a little bit, so it is nighttime. The air does get a little bit drier at night, so I'm thinking that this is more, my allergies are killer this season. They have been horrible, and I haven't had this bad of allergies in a really, really long time. So just taking allergy medicine on top of the other medicines and stuff that I'm taking, you know, one more pill. But I hope this video was helpful. No, you're not alone, and I'm here. I'm a phone call away, I'm an email away, I'm a DM away. You can follow me on Instagram at DesTheBoob. And I'm also on Instagram, EvolutionDes 2.0, and I haven't been checking in there. Yeah, I need to, but I haven't. But anyway, I'm there. And my Poshmark is EvolutionDes 2.0 as well. What else do I have? My Twitter is Desiree_Lucio, Lucio. Yeah, Desiree_Lucio. That's my Twitter handle. Snapchat, I'm DesTheBoob18 if you want to follow me there. Or is it 15? DesTheBoob18, I'm pretty sure. You can follow me there. And yeah, leave me a message. Message me on this video down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know how you're dealing with your chronic pain, chronic illness, mental illness, just being homebound, or even just being, you know, dealing with the pandemic. It's been hard for everybody. And yeah, this new, with the fall coming, I don't even want to go there. That's another video. But just be well, you guys. Stay safe. Wear your mask. I have a couple new masks coming in the mail. A couple Louis Vuittons and a Chanel, or it's 2 Chanels and a Louis Vuitton mask. So I'm really excited to get those. I have so many different masks, you guys. Okay, I'm extra because I have to get multiple of everything, and I like my mask to match what I'm wearing. Let's be real, okay? Just keep it real. Like, I'm just keeping it real. I'm bougie on a budget, and there's no shame in my game, okay? No shame in my game. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching and hanging out and getting up close and personal with me. And let me know any ideas or any comments or questions or suggestions down below. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, if you found it helpful, informative, interesting, entertaining, or annoying. Don't give me a thumbs down though, please. Okay, I don't deserve a thumbs down. Like, you don't have to like it, but I would appreciate it. But don't give me a thumbs down. It's not nice anyway. okay? People need to start being nicer because I'm nice. So I love you guys. I appreciate you more than you know. And wish me luck for some sleep tonight. And I pray that you guys stay safe and healthy, and wash your hands, wear your mask, be good to one another, love each other, be a little bit more calm and patient, and have a little bit more grace and mercy on each other, because we all need it. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next one.